Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back for another video with the Terminator. So since Creative Assembly's announcement that 3K is dead, I've started a series of videos covering upcoming historical strategy games that can quench our historical Total War thirst. Last week I covered the fantastic looking Knights of Honor 2, a grand strategy meets Total War type of game that promises to make the genre more easily accessible while maintaining the depth and appeal of the original. This week's spotlight is focused on the highly anticipated Age of Empires 4. Granted, this isn't exactly a Total War-like game, and neither does it have a lot of historical accuracy, but Age of Empires games are excellent historical strategy games that provide thousands of hours of fun, and Age of Empires 3 came out over 15 years ago, so it's well worth covering in this series, and from the looks of things, it promises to be a smashing hit. So what do we know so far? Age of Empires 4 is being developed by Relic Entertainment, a company renowned for excellent strategy game franchises such as Company of Heroes and the Warhammer 40k game, so that alone should tell you this is going to be a good one. The last game, Age of Empires 3, came out in 2005, which is honestly unbelievable. We had the recent E3 showcase, which I'm sure many of you watched, so I won't go too far into it, but essentially we now know that the game is planned to be released this year on October 28th of 2021, which is really soon. We also know that the game will release with not 4, not 6, but 8 civilizations with room for more to be released in the future. Relic specifically said that while they're launching the game with 8, they plan on adding more, so definitely keep your eye on this side of things. 4 of these civilizations will have their own campaigns to play through, which is different from previous Age of Empires games. In AoE 3, we had the campaigns focus on specific characters or story-driven missions, but campaigns in the 4th game will feature playing through longer histories of the civilizations you play. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to include Age of Empires 4 in this series, because it might just hit some of our historical accuracy itches. Not that the missions and the story-driven elements of the campaigns will be exactly accurate to how it unfolded, but you're essentially playing a campaign that explores the history of a civilization. I mean, imagine playing the Egyptians from their humble beginnings as a kingdom all the way up to building the pyramids, and then all the way up to engaging with Rome, or perhaps even later fighting against the Ottomans for their independence. Relic gave a very cool example I wanted to share here. You get the whole story of the Norman conquest from the time this ambitious duke made his way across the channel and said, "This is mine," all the way to the point where you're signing the Magna Carta and laying the foundations of what England is today. A term that creative director Adam Isgreen used to describe campaigns in Age of Empires 4 is that it is humanized history, which to me sounds like we'll be playing various missions throughout a faction's history with highlights of specific people in time, bringing you a perspective of that time in history. One thing that I have to mention, of course, because many of you watching may not have seen any of the new images or gameplay of the game since the first trailer that we got, that basically looked like a knockoff Age of Empires mobile game with its jarring, cartoony look to it, bouncing horses and towers that crumbled in blocks, oversaturated crap that really created an uproar in the Age of Empires community, and strategy gaming in general. Well, Relic have since reverted back to a more modern look and feel to the game since the backlash, and you can see that pretty clearly when comparing the original trailer and the gameplay reveal we got in E3. So just an obligatory section here to let you know that those graphics you saw are no more, and we should get a clean and modern look to Age of Empires 4. While we're on the topic of looks and graphics though, it's worth talking about the PC requirements as well, since this is a pretty hot topic right now. Not that Age of Empires games really require too much from your PC, and Age of Empires 4 is no different. So you will need an Intel i5 CPU or equivalent, 8GB of RAM minimum, I believe, and an Intel HD 520 graphics card or equivalent. Your run-of-the-mill, really. Potatoes should definitely run this game. What is interesting is the massive amount of room you need to run this game though. Steam currently lists the game needing 93 gigabytes of space, though recommended is 50 gigabytes, so you can imagine it's somewhere within the range of those two figures. When you think about the potential patches though, and the updates and the DLCs and the expansions, you can see how big this game can get on your computer. So start investing in more room, guys, and potentially get that external hard drive you've been thinking about. In this final section, I want to cover a few important details we know about before ending the video. First of all, Age of Empires will be available for pre-order, and it will be available to play on the Xbox Game Pass from day one on PC as well, so keep that in mind if you're on that. The standard edition costs $60 or £50, while a deluxe edition is also available at $80 or £70. The deluxe edition is also available for pre-order, which includes an exclusive coat of arms, profile portrait, monument, digital soundtrack, unit counter chart, and art compilation. A mega important one here is that the game will be fully moddable, guys. The modding tools will apparently be made available in 2022. So hopefully with that, we can expect a large growing modding community that will add new campaigns, new units, maybe even new factions, graphics enhancements, and more. We know 6 of the 8 civilizations that will come with the base game. They are the Mongols, English, Chinese, Delhi Sultanate, Abbasid Dynasty, and the French. We've also got info on the various ages each faction can go through in the game. So we have the Dark Ages to start with, following on to the Feudal Age, the Castle Age, and finally the Imperial Age. And we also know that naval combat will 100% be a part of the game, which is really cool news. Overall, the game looks and feels fantastic. The latest gameplay and images we saw in E3 especially show off a clean, user-friendly UI, and the graphics we see here really do look great. Hopefully, they do justice to the game when it comes out. There's a lot more that we have yet to find out about the game, from multiplayer options to more info on the planned DLCs and expansions, so we can expect more gameplay reveals and just generally more info from Relic in the coming weeks and months. Age of Empires has a huge loyal fan base from across the world who are dying to get their hands on this game. I mean, personally, I grew up playing Age of Empires 1 and 2. I know loads of people who grew up playing these games. So to say the game is the most highly anticipated strategy game of the year is probably an understatement. That's it for today, guys. Age of Empires 4 releases in October this year, so be sure to put a reminder in your calendar. Count down the days to what will probably be one, if not the biggest strategy game launch of the year. Hope you enjoyed the video, or at least found it informative. If you did, give it a like and drop your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. And answer this question for me. What do you think of Age of Empires 4 so far? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more strategy game content, gameplay, and news. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.